I thought well,
I've never seen what the new one's graphics looks like, but I know like the old school one, the graphics were not the best. Like, so, oh my god, it looks so like cartoon
people are
townish.
gonna complain anyway. So yeah, I mean, what do you do? For the most part, story on stuff, and then there's usually a minority that complains about something. The fact that you can keep the same code years straight, requiring they force me
Didn't you torrent a version of it?
to not work at.
Oh, someone did. Maybe that was Jeffy. All I know is I made sure to post my my hardest difficulty campaign for StarCraft online, and I got a lot of people achievements they shouldn't have had.
So that's fine.
I'm sure Blizzard hated me for that. Yep, yeah, I see where they announced WoW Classic Burning Crusade. You know, now you can rebuy every expansion one at a time. Because you know what says better than we love our and appreciate our players rather than just making them repay for everything they already own.
Don't have to. All those that stuff is free with the WoW subscription. Yeah, if there's not a net, it's gonna put two remastered. Find out.
Why do you need those things though?
So I clap. Those were the fun.
I always played Warrior Barbarian.
Always nearly Ranger, Hunter.
Yeah, no, right? He's just in denial. Like,
You're the only can't play sorcerer. Sorcerer. Everybody to like something. I
Okay,
they
whatever.
called it an act.
Okay.
That is not natural. Yeah, they that's not just two class.
Yeah, but they're but I never played one.
Played that. All played it.
Diablo
tried a little bit of everything every season. So normally I'd choose a different class every season. I mean, nothing was. There were some that was just straight up like broken sometimes though.
You would crossball. Crossball. Throw that out.
I just remember when it first came out, like Resistances, man, like that was gnarly. Like there was actually some difficulty when you went up, but it was purely because of Resistances. That shit was not fun because of that right there. Because I know I had to have, I think I had to have you, Biz, help me kill the Act Two boss because he did
Oh,
so much,
Diablo 3.
because he did so much goddamn poison damage.
Diablo 2. Diablo
Three. I don't think I ever played Diablo 2 with you. But he did so much poison damage, like it was unreal. Because I played, because I started out as barbarian, and then I think my second character was a demon hunter. And then in recent seasons, I've played other ones as they've brought out some of the newer sets that made some of the stuff more interesting. But there were still major disparities in what was strong and what wasn't. It's a ring.
Saturday?
They're pissing me off.
That's good. Good
Maybe
to know.
schedule it.
Can't wait. Send it back.
He was there for me.
Shouldn't.
Hey man, where Anduin is and isn't is none of our business. Well, that was like, what was it? Before this expansion came out or whatnot, if you were trying to do certain things, you couldn't because Anduin didn't exist.
That's when
Like you couldn't get out to whatchamacallit and shit and oh my god.
couldn't do the upgrade camp next.
Good stuff.
Yeah, part of us change upgrade is free. Try playing.
Well shit, half my alts couldn't even get out there, and if they could, there was no quest.
Figured out.
A reach around. Jesus Christ, Happy! Oh, that's completely the wrong terminology.
This 50% said it wrong anyway. Workaround was apparently at the quest.
No, that one.
Her.
The goddamn.
Crazy night elf bitch.
Tarandi?
Yeah, Toronto. She was another nearby.
Yeah, you had to go talk to her, and it made it everything. Yep,
So you had to abandon
yep.
good eating abandon
You had to do like the short opening quest or whatnot or whatever it was, and then you could see him to do the proper stuff. Yep. Because I discovered that on like one of my other alts as I was leveling them to get them to max or whatnot, and I was like, well, son of a bitch! If I would have known this, I wouldn't have done Warlords of Draenor. Which is funny because they say you're supposed to be level up to level 50 in any one, right?
some others bring saving.
Yeah, me and Core were talking about that. That was probably going to get announced.
And also the character for save
If you don't want to level through Classic, that's funny.
a good go on put on mode down the agenda. Once we know skeptical. You just get the question or more. We know a lot about it. Um like every area to go from one area. I think the dinosaurs around you the Pokemon or I don't remember. Split
I thought it was split into five. I don't think we ever made it to the fifth zone though.
similar to that, like not like light label, like any crap. Other island job from one together. I like it so much. Yeah, just fly around it. Kill and play. About the second map, Genesis. Watch that? Don't know. I know we did. I know I did.
I did not. Got it.
Server. Play off the Ecom server. Yeah. Oh, you have to play. Hours for straight dinosaur on the
Genesis 1 is
also no cave area too.
we're starting tomorrow, right?
Suppose.
Tomorrow.
Color
Yeah, it does.
Crazy.
You know,
Are
it
you fucking crazy?
Arc is like the worst thing to patch too because of that.
150 driving like what?
I got a Steam.
I'm kidding.
I'm getting have like 100, I think. Megabytes.
Now you tell me something.
I don't know.
Fucking idiot.
But the problem is when I get
It doesn't matter.
that you want,
What?
and it could be
Optimus.
it could be that you have to have
No, Steam itself says that.
yeah, obviously like that.
Oh, well, I know that.
Maybe so. Download. I only have Genesis
Yeah.
or H. Genesis Part 2. Does that mean
Oh, it's out.
yeah, this is the most recent trailer.
I don't know. I don't like what they did with Genesis.
Genesis Part 1.
I just hated that little robot following me around everywhere. It's like, how did I go from like an actual like game to like being like in a simulated version of the same shit that I was in before?
Should have space in it.
Yeah, like I said. Let you swing around.
And I have sword.
Why don't you just accept?
Right?
It's interesting. How there's flying. But
Space whales because it's a popular thing. I was always particular to narwhals.
Oh no.
funk song.
Hey man, don't you get mad and happy. They keep Cthulhu under wraps, so. But don't let them touch your balls.
I have the Genesis. I guess I can have the flying wheel. Like zero is the it's like shit. Song flying wheel. Scared of
He's looking in a mirror.
scared. Fire
Wow, did I really just loot Lucy on my third one of opening that?
the house on
I feel kind of like lucky with my RNG right now. I feel like I'm immortal. We're all just chilling here waiting to see who goes first. You know what we should all play? The Stomping Land. Best game ever. I don't even know if you can get it to open anymore, in all
If you
honesty.
want to play Stardew, yeah,
They've added a lot, yeah. I agree.
do eventually. Miles,
The last time we all just kept going in at night and getting in Happy's bed.
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
chill out.
I mean, you can make it intense.
Yeah, you're in line.
Oh yes. Stuff up. This way.
As far as we can. Achieve. You get good enough materials, keep going.
And I mean, if you set like goals, like I mean, you can play your way. If you got like someone that likes to go do the spelunking or whatnot, you let them go do that. Why, if someone enjoys the farming, they do that. Because I was the farmer last time, wasn't I? And Elky just did whatever the shit
At
Elky
that
did.
point,
Elky just did whatever Elky did. What was Elky doing? I don't remember. Because I know I was going around gathering up the witchmacallits to turn those into seeds. So that way we made a huge like profit from replanting the wild grown crops. I remember that.
he's doing that shit where such a stupid. Why is the only thing I download south, top down? Crystal Isles in the center. Yeah, isn't that? Or Ragnarok. Ragnarok.
I love the Ragnarok map. The Griffins,
Yeah,
I love the
Ragnarok
hell out
in
of
the
those.
center.
Like the only thing that makes me sad is they took out like the loot chest because they're pieces of shit. I wish they would have left those in, but I can understand how if you're gonna add those to official servers and stuff like that, why you wouldn't want it.
I think isn't Ragnarok center? Band map.
Yeah.
Arc just comes out.
So then what the hell is Holes even playing?
So you can play Genesis 1. Said he got it.
I just remember when they did the sale or whatnot, the dumbasses didn't realize that they had that they were selling the Game Pass for for cheaper than like everything else. I remember I snatched that up. You missed it, didn't you, Have because you were at work.
Oh, I hate it.
But it was hilarious because like it was like you could buy like the regular games for like X amount, or you could buy like the Game Pass for like a fraction of it, and it was like what?
No, he texted me and said I'm buying you.
I remember when we were all getting a game and you had gifted it to a few people, and then me, Jeffy, and Biz had to get together to put together your credit card information to get it for me. Because I had your card number, Biz had your expiration date, and Jeffy had your CVV.
The story.
But all of us had a different part of your credit card information. I don't know, but it did. Good times. Good times. I just remember we all had to team up. What is the pet battle drop? Points.
Starring.
What? Now you got me confused.
That's what he said about Mark was in anime. There's not new game awards thing. I don't remember Arc 2 being announced. No, cinematic. It's not cinematic. Arc 2. But I knew Vin Diesel along with Russell Crowe and like five other $1 million plus actors. Nice. Side restored theme of art. Oh, stuff. It was a pretty cool during the thing, but it's not.
I think we'd have to crit again. Oh. I just remember the last time we played Stardew Valley. We had that one girl join us or whatnot. She was like annoying the shit out of Elkie, and then we kicked her out so we could have shags.
What'd you say?
The last time we played Stardew Valley, there was like that one girl that only Elkie knew that joined us. And she
Oh, I knew her.
oh, did you? Okay, never mind. I just knew she like annoyed the hell out of you guys or something.
Katie.
Yeah, that means you're too attached if you've even got the first name.
For my real life. That's Katie.
Anybody know if Heart Song's still alive?
Some piece is currently active.
I just remember the story about how Elkie got drunk and like sang to her and she like fell in love with him. I think I saw Carry On the other day. I'll never forget playing Diablo 3 with him. I just remember, like in Diablo 3, that he was lagging out so bad we'd clear an entire zone and he'd still be glitching like 3 steps forward. Like, oh shit. He was so lagged out. Gotta start going down my list of characters for the Valentines crap. Good thing is, though, my lower level alts have all gotten like 5 levels from it, so. From that 10 minutes a day. Oh, my foot's asleep.
And maybe the
Maybe.
is exciting.
The one for number 2?
Nile. Island. Island. Talking about because
Oh, the fan-made map.
there's a map called Island. We don't talk about
Isn't that the first map? I just remember when we first like started playing that, like you just went north from the one starting area, and it was up by the river, and the trees that would bend until you came into range of them, then they'd suddenly stand up like normal trees. And like the spawns were all kinds of jacked up, so you'd like come across like massive spawns of certain things, like how you'd turn a corner and there'd be like 15 freaking brontosauruses right there. Worst case, you turn the corner, it was like that with raptors though, and you're like, oh shit. And the hitboxes were all kinds of jacked up too.
they're back.
He's not coming back. That's what I remember. The piranhas in the river would get really bad from time to time. If you went into what was it? If it was it water with a scorpion or whatnot? If you had to make sure it would like insta drown and stuff like that. And if you tried to like raise up, like it would get stuck there indefinitely. You had to like dismount and then like run to the shore and like whistle to it a whole bunch of times to get it to move and shit. Hmm. Nice. I don't think I have a conduit below level 200 at this point. Nice. My item level's up to 209. Okay, now to head to Stormwind. What's up, Wally? So, question, Wally, for the people that you are recommending on your thing, is the one Araceli? Is that the one that we used to work with, Wally? I'm gonna assume that's a. Are a lot of those people that you have recommended? Are they people that we either have worked with? How about that question? Well, I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask because I was like, how long has she been streaming? Because I saw that she had 1.2k followers, and I was like, what the hell? Because I think Mikey, I think he streams too, doesn't he? Because I know Ben, Mikey, I know those two do. Um, but I was like, wait a second. But I was just curious on how long they had been streaming. Don't you have work in like 30 minutes? Yeah, I saw you were a moderator. Good job, Wally. Good job. Because I was trying to figure it out. I was like, what's next? Are you gonna tell me that Leslie streams too? She came back and went to disputes, right? Or wherever she's at. I know she's back in another department though. Oh yeah, Lunar Festival's over. Let's go kill this fool for the bagillionth time. Yeah, I saw that. I completely missed out on. I felt I slept the entire day. But yeah, I saw it in the thing when I brought up Warcraft or whatnot. It's got it all over its thing about that. You know, I'm not too interested in remaster. I'd rather honestly just play the original Diablo 2. If I had to choose, I'd probably just play the original number 2. They did all kinds of announcements today. What up, Nook? Yeah, about the same. The only real announcement that I was actually curious on was really for Diablo 4. And it sounds like all they announced was the rogue class or whatnot to it. I was hoping that they'd have like a little bit more of a time frame for when to expect it. Since it's been what, over a year since they announced it? Especially since they had been pushing a lot of their resources towards it. But who knows? It's Blizzard, man. And then for like the Warcraft stuff, I wasn't too. I mean, right now I'd be curious where they go with it, but I mean, all in all, I mean, there's nothing that's gonna like absolutely blow my mind. Whether they owe, new zone. My biggest concerns are how they're gonna deal with covenant powers, covenants, legendaries, stuff like that. And I honestly don't think they really announced anything. I mean, and I'm not a fan of like Hearthstone and stuff like that. I mean, I've played it, and I'm not a fan of their little shooter game, whatever the crap it's named. I've played it, but I wasn't all too crazy about it. I don't like those round-based like shooting style games. I much prefer things that go on like indefinitely. That's what I liked about PlanetSide 2 so much was the fact that it's a battle that goes on for as long as people are playing, not oh man, 10-minute or 5-minute rounds, and you do like 6 of those, and there's like hellish loading times and wait times and all that. I'd rather just keep fighting. And I'm not necessarily a fan of games where they put you with a sniper rifle 10 meters away from somebody, and it's like, why are we using sniper rifles at this range? That like makes no sense. But are you a Fury Warrior? Better not be. Don't you hold still? God almighty. No. So wait. So he really was the tank. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Right? I remember queuing into of Warsong Gulch, and I was in there for like 6 hours. And I stopped playing, went and did stuff, came back, queued into the same one, and it was still going. That stuff was fun. I mean, yeah, it was a lot of time spent in like one battleground for like no reward really. But I mean, it was just non-stop combat. You didn't have to worry about leaving the battleground, winning or losing, and then a 45 to hour wait time to get into your next one. You just got to like PvP to your heart's content. Or you queue into those Arathi Highlands where they're like, oh man, just let the Horde win. Let's walk a circle around the zone. They're going to win anyway. And you're like, hmm. That was always the worst. I hated that crap. Absolutely hated it. I don't know what it is with the Alliance. Well, you're Horde, so you'd probably never run into that. What it is with Alliance, and they're just like, let's just give up. I mean, if you were to turn this game into reality, like, holy crap, man, I don't know how the Alliance would have ever stayed around with how many people in the Alliance are just like, let's just let the Horde win. Let's just roll over and show them our tummies. Like, it is frustrating. Don't want that. Don't want that. Sweet, did I just get 10? So all I have to do is this quest, and I've got the 270 item. Sweet, I mean, all I have to do from now on is just the world boss with Dab. Sweet. Which I think I've got 4 more days of that. No, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Thank Jesus. So technically, if I wanted to, I could just chuck this out into the ocean right now. Back when you used to have to get like the commendations from all the battlegrounds. Oh my god, dude, that was the worst. Arathi Basin. Oh my, yeah. Oh my god. Just the constant. Oh man, they've got 3 bases. Just let them win. Be like, dude, they're 10 points above us. We could still take this back. No, they've already got it in the bag. Let's not try. And then when you were leveling up too, if you did battlegrounds just for fun in between, like leveling up back in the day, people be like, low levels need to leave. They need to leave. And they're like the people that are like saying it are like level 38, like pulling the worst DPS in the actual battleground compared to the level 31 that's in there. You're like, let's not worry about the 31. How about you worry about your own DPS? You're not even a healer and you're doing like 1% of the damage in this entire place. One of the best memories I have, like low level PvP, was probably Arathi Basin. I think I was like level 36, but there was another warrior that was in there with me that was like level 31. We went to Gold Mine, and we held on to it. Like we got attacked by 5 horde like for the entire battleground, and we were sitting there holding it against all these horde, but yet Lumbermill kept getting lost to 2 or 3 horde, even though we had 3 like level 39s up there. And it's like, how are you guys losing to either the same amount of you or less? And we're holding it to, and we're the lower levels here, and we're holding it against more numbers than you guys. I was like, I don't understand the logic here. What the hell? Screw it. Am I in combat? How am I even in combat with that? I didn't even tag it. But I mean, with all the time they had to like sit there and type, maybe that's why they did so bad. Love potion recipe. What the hell is that? What's up, Core? They said that everyone that's currently a subscriber to WoW is getting 2 free months. Well, maybe that was just me making it up.
State, it's the rogue class. Mountain the Maw now. Go to the. See ya. Kind of like Mechagon as well. It's called basically like those rogue class. Flying to
And 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 who are we gonna have to like? Who are we gonna have to hump to be able to fly?
the storyline. You have to follow the.
Don't make us do
Might be easier. Practice on bosses. Help the land to the. I mean, that Portia place is in the mall, so sounds like fun. So we'll probably get a lot of Stygia from this too. Gems.
Yeah, the only shitty thing is running around with like so much Stiggy on you for the gems. I mean, you can technically mount now if you're willing to waste like 50 hours in twisting corridors. Yeah, Reed it. Reed's a psycho.
No. No. April, May.
So,
Maybe further.
will that be the end of the current season then? Would that be the end of the season? So I need to get on those 15s, man.
9.5. Seeing a lot of content up to out next month. Taylor. You can actually make it.
Okay, now to buy the 270 item. Suppose I should just equip those to get rid of them. I don't know why I have a shiny silver necklace.
Yeah, what is the amount of
I think shamans can even go ghost wolf, and so there's all kinds of like conflicting things that can be done. Like,
I don't want to level classic.
okay, that's not what I want. Whoops. Okay, now to start swapping between all my characters. I should probably do the ones that can at least get the mount first, but once again, as fun as BC was, I will not play it. I'd rather just stay with current WoW. Oh, happy. Did they say anything about covenants going forward? Like,
New conduits, soul bind. Some
mainly, like, I'm mainly making Path of Ascension is mainly what I'm curious about.
generally terrible, but
I see.
Yeah, but it makes you. No, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna be like, there'll be no covenant thing or whatnot or reps, but they'll make it like twisting corridors kind of crap. Be like, aha, we tricked you all. Now you have to do 20 hours of grinding.
covenants main quest point.
See, that's why I wish with like Bastion, like with the Kyrian, that they just give us like a flight form that like we just have like the Kyrian kind of wings or whatnot sprout out of our back, because that'd be so badass.
Then you have to be ascended. So
Yeah, well, I mean that would make sense for us. I mean, obviously, you guys, the other covenants would probably get mounts their own way or whatnot, but it's just like I don't understand why demon hunters don't have a flight form of some type because they have wings, ratty ass wings, but they've got wings. Which won't be. I mean, that's not too bad if all you have to do is just do your. It just locks it behind Paragon time progression, which you can only go up right now. What, 2 Paragons every week? So I mean, if it's 10 up, it's going to take 5 weeks to get to it, depending on how many Paragons is between it and where you're currently at. But that also means you'll have to do it individually on each character then, rather than where it unlocked on all of them. But I mean, with the catch-up system, that shouldn't be too bad, right? Because at that point, you can do anything to get Paragon, right? As I understand it, with the catch-up system. I haven't either. Core and Happy, I know have alts. That's why I figured they could correct me.
basically you just play the game. I have
Oh man, Wally,
Now,
it's happening. Now, are you doing it just like the overtime where you're just doing the written requests? Or are you actually going to be doing the for paladins? Tell me how amazing they are. Go into full detail, like their damage numbers, everything. Tell me, I want to hear how great they are in like essay form.
took a wonder. I won't say Hey, okay, ready?
That no one wants to run anything with me.
Not just you, but
We really do have to work on those 15s, though.
I'll start carrying it.
Oh, why do it now?
Carry. Like the
This is very cool. Sorry. Only two.
Oh man, me and Reed did a 9 turn of scythe, and man, that couldn't have gone any worse like than possible. Like,
but like is pain.
Games are
but I'm down to run anything when anyone wants to run something.
Have mine out.
how to feel second grade.
Building. Have mine.
What's the password to the server again?
Is 20.
Oh man, Wally. Because what this week's what, Sanguine and Grievous? Without looking right.
What's that? Enter. Choose.
123. Hell, what would be the next week where it would be great for pushing?
Answer that.
Grievous just sucks for tanks. Like, as long as you're not getting hit by shit. I guess Sanguine could kind of suck. There's a lot of casters in these dungeons.
Like that. How
I'm gonna start getting that pizza ready for the kids. Okay, I'm back. Okay.
How about you know time? Healthy after. Seen it right now. Just like rush home.
We should do some mythics tomorrow, Core. You should come along, Nook. Go, the spatula right there on the glove. No. You see how it's smushy on the tip? I need the hard one that's black on the glove. So that way I can use it to cut the pizza. Because I don't know where the pizza cutter is. Yes. And get a shirt on. But you can keep the blanket, just put a shirt on. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for more Path of Ascension fights. Not gonna lie.
Basically everything big, still small. Big the second. It's just arena tournaments and competitive. Now that's all happens.
I mean, none of the announcements that they really made this year were anything really truly ground shattering.
That was I don't know. Ceremonies. They did tell him these basically new games are thing I don't know these or what. But slave slave that's fire.
I don't know. Nowadays, like a lot of those trading card games, I feel like are just so simplistic. I just wish they'd kind of like where you played your card and it went more of like a 3D style. Like I think that'd be more interesting. But it all just looks the same,
So
like Yu-Gi-Oh.
like that.
Yeah, like kind of like that, like where you put things down on like a field and like even Adventure Time had that little card game they had that looked more interesting, like because like everything you do affects the field. Like I just feel like they could make it more interesting than just slapping cards down and two cards like slamming against each other. Because that's like what everyone does now, and it's just like make it more interesting. In which game? I know it's tab to bring up the command thing or whatnot. So once again, Core, can I get a rundown about how godlike pallies are again one more time?
That you would roll enough with the one shot.
I remember how to turn God mode on in Warcraft 2. It was you typed in the code. It's a good day to die. If you could type fast enough, you could save Lothar in the one campaign battle. And mind you, all that's fresh water in that game. Not a single drop of salt water anywhere to be found. Yep, it's all fresh water.
Sharks.
No, there's still sharks. It's just fresh water.
Um, water. Can't fly out. God,
I went to the water.
jump.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about dying.
Land. Flying over.
Isn't it like double spacebar? It might be. You might have to retype fly. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done God mode and that stuff. I just remember that the quickest way is you spawn in a manta ray and you force tame it, and then you just give it a bunch of experience, and then you can literally use the jump ability and sprint it across the map in seconds. Because it just hauls ass.
It's really like simple. It's all
I still think Ragnarok was the best map. Me and Kor had so much fun on that map.
oh,
Can
yeah.
I see myself?
Maybe
Yeah, it was. I think I need it, honestly, though. I think I probably should have made it just a little bit higher off the water rather than making it flush, because sometimes it was weird.
I thought
The turrets like kills us. Yeah, dude. I loved my Frost Drake or whatnot. That thing was. That was the best. I guess I'm the tank, so they're waiting for me to start it.
Hell is this place? Yeah. That's really serious. God.
I said that exact same thing when my ex-wife dropped her pants.
Interesting.
Be right back. Gotta go put a pizza in an oven.
Where am I? Floating island.
Yeah, it's on, girl.
Pink and red music.
We'll get home and we'll fondue. Okay.
Platform.
There's a blood drake now. What's it do?
So, see what you mean by arcs up. See what you mean by out. Terrible.
Like you're worried. All you do is tame an Argent, and you're good.
Doesn't super affect. Sound out.
Don't trust Biz. He comes out of nowhere and punches max level dinosaurs.
Definitely not Ragnarok, but it's the last. This. But there are no and even dinosaurs in it.
I mean, if you're
Yeah, they kind of sort of spotty. Hit every. Just feels smaller. Sort of wasted as well. Yeah. For some reason, yeah, in the safe area, main area, super.
I'd have to look at the map to give you my opinion on it.
Painful. Then drive about the bottom. Yeah.
I wonder if there's underwater things that lead to the other parts of water too.
That area. That it's like the
Yeah, but redwood like sucks just because like the predators it has in it are gnarly.
yeah, but the side of that. This is pretty good. I'll probably go through that. Start building the areas, ice area.
I think that what made that shitty the last map we played was that goddamn swamp biome. That thing was those bug swarms was like stupid.
There's a swamp. There's a swamp. Too late. I don't know. Swamp. Yeah, I don't swamp. South. I don't know. That's good. Yeah. Whenever I type the text on my phone, auto set to home.
Meow.
I don't like that like water. So much water to get area. Water to absolutely that's god mode.
No, it just means swimmers are baryonyx would be amazing then.
Some people so it's interesting. Yes. So it's not terrible. Like better than center. It's on
That's what was good about Ragnarok too, was it had all the biomes. Because I like to be able to tame everything. I hate when I'm like, oh man, I can only tame like 70% of the mobs.
Orphans on this map. This thing,
What? No Quetzalcoatl's? What? No, none of this? Oh wait, T Rexes only spawn in 1% of the map, and it's way out of the way.
well, there are no way. I don't know. Crystal. I think only one. And chicken. Made that sheep that trying. I had hiding. No,
Well, wasn't the what they what people were doing? Wasn't it using the moths or some shit because it did like a cloud or whatnot that would slow it?
I don't think that map scored.
But you had to like fly in, grab an egg, and get the shit out of there because it like
Yeah,
piss
or
off
you
everything in
grab
the area.
a back got my saber tooth and I just spam. He apparently made it right. Literally an hour spammed up. Then we set it up to hatch.
Yeah, we had to do the Weaver's milk or whatnot.
But there's no way to get to the yeah, unless yeah, like frame it. And stuff going on. I was in the spawn stuck in the so damn shot away.
Oh, thank God! There's finally a final season to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'll never understand reality TV show. Like they're like, this is reality TV. Be like, no, there's nothing real about any of that. Maybe 1% of the world's population or less lives like that.
I've never seen a single episode. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, just randomness. I'm pretty sure most of it's scripted anyway. Like even like the TV show, what is it? Where they follow the people that live out in the bush here in Alaska, have admitted that the directors and all that have done things that have like forced them into dangerous situations, all for views and stuff like that. Things that they would have never have done. The only Survivor that was probably even remotely close to real was probably the original one. That's they.
Back then, Survivor, like, I think it was like a contest. And it was just like,
Well, I mean, in the first one, didn't they have that dude that literally had to be medevaced out because he was actually physically starving?
yeah,
Well, look at Big Brother. Like the only season that was actually kind of real that really like depended on like people's votes was the first one. After that, then they just made it where everyone in the house votes each other off. And as the seasons went on, you got less and less like people that looked average, and it started becoming more and more people like you'd see like actresses and like small time actors and actresses. And they went from having people that looked like your average Joe to people that were like consecutively like sevens or above. Kind of like the Real World, how like the first few seasons of that seemed really real, and then it like completely shifted away from that. Because people don't want to see real people; they want to see made up people.
fiction. Show. You cannot really look at bring down and around. So it's can walk. Because they're just made around the game.
You can build a ramp that goes up to it.
That's what I said.
That's what I just said.
Said.
I'm hearing a lot of what ifs. You could build an elevator.
Know what
You could build an elevator.
you can
Sure can.
play on this server.
Eh, we'll see. See.
The boss fight.
Finally, that sounds so depressing. Finally.
Go. Got burned too. People get this time. Tim. That's cool.
I remember I fought the one boss the one time that Elkie accidentally spawned into the world. It was the spider boss. He's like, "Oh man, what's this do?" And like summon that thing in, and like it was a bitch to bring down too.
We'll wait some while for so come back time. While come out.
I don't know if I take a few weeks off from WoW, but Yeah,
five.
I'm with Biz. I'd rather get that done sooner than later. So that way it's not crunch time and all of a sudden, it doesn't get done.
9.1. So,
And plus, I got to do my Path of Ascension stuff and all that. So I can't really abandon. Oh, snap. I don't know what just hit me, but it didn't tickle.
yeah, that's for sure.
So I can see it.
The place I
That does not sound like a good spot at all, Biz.
just let's make the have no
It sounds like the worst mountain to build anywhere. Oh. Time to take that pizza out.
there is not there's more metal.
Ah, okay. Thank you so much for joining me today for the stream. I hope everyone enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like or the follow button or subscribe, depending if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. And as always, have a good day and stay safe.